Anchored by the performance and reliability of the Civic and Accord, Honda has once again been named the best car brand for the 4th year running by U.S. News & World Report. Come see the lineup of award-winning Hondas at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Seagan Lane.
Well, good Tuesday morning, everybody.
Yes, indeed.
Here I thought it was Monday, and then I jumped to Wednesday, but here we are. Alas, it is Tuesday.
It felt like a Monday for a lot of
It did. The early part of the show, nothing was working around here.
That's just a normal day around here.
I'm not saying that.
Well, can you see
I
us?
have favors
Can
I
you hear
need
us?
to ask of our engineering department.
Wait, are you assuming the engineering department's watching this?
Yes.
Yeah, I know one is.
They got bigger fish
I know
to
one of
fry.
them is.
Who?
The one that fixes stuff.
Oh,
Well.
gotcha. Oh, hi, Brunel.
Hey.
Good to see you this morning.
So, funny story.
Oh, boy.
Back when it snowed, the snowpocalypse here, South
Snowpocalypse.
Louisiana.
Oh, boy.
So we've got big satellites at our TV station. If
Yeah,
you've ever
huge.
driven by Channel
Yeah.
9, you've seen the number of them in our parking lot.
More dishes
So,
than Piccadilly. Go
yeah.
ahead.
Oh, okay. We
Come
sure
on.
do. We sure do.
The world?
What I will always
Not
remember,
bad.
seeing our engineers climbing on ladders, literally brushing snow off of them, which you think to us it is a unique problem, right? You think about the weight that sits on those satellites, and more than ever, our coverage is important. We're wall to wall, which is nonstop coverage, making sure that people are on the roads, making sure they're safe.
Yeah.
But up north, Johnny and I had this conversation. This is a common problem.
All the time.
So do their engineers just shovel snow off, or are they, it's not like you can put a roof over the satellites, they need to go out.
It's a permanent
So
position.
How
You
did,
get a snow
shoveler?
removal guy. I don't know.
That's a great question.
How
We
do they
talked
deal with
about
that up north?
I don't know.
Yeah, at all the stations have internet up north. In Champaign, Illinois, and in Chicago, the satellites were not in places that I could physically see them.
No,
So,
so
I,
you
and
never
I never
saw
saw the magic.
how it got worked.
But here I saw how the sausage is made.
Yes.
And they had to get atop that ladder. Someone was
yeah.
holding it in the snow,
Little
was snowing
dicey.
on them. Man.
A little dicey.
It sure was.
I don't know.
And then a couple of days
later.
later, when everything started to melt, because it had iced up.
Oh, yeah.
There was
It sure
a big
was.
sign on the back door: "Beware of falling ice off."
I was
the tower."
so scared of
Yeah.
that.
I know.
Because how about a falling icicle
Happens all
from
the time.
400 feet up?
Not
Yeah,
the,
happens
with their
all
tower.
the time.
Yes.
Well, it's all the time, but every time it ices up,
That's
yeah,
kind
we
of
get
the
that.
final destination.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to die by an
No,
icicle.
not today.
In Louisiana?
Not today.
Could you imagine the headline?
Not today.
Yeah.
No.
Speaking of clearing things off, well, no, this is not that.
I see the segue.
No, don't
Find
say
your
it.
way, my
There
friend.
is,
What
so
are
from,
you going?
No,
Where are
I was
you
from,
going?
from clearing off satellite dishes
Yes.
Yes.
to greasing up poles in New Orleans.
Oh, that's coming.
Well, okay, yes, yeah, correct. It is Mardi Gras. They grease the poles so folks
Sure.
don't climb on them. Well, we just had a gigantic party in South Louisiana, New Orleans, and a lot of Philadelphia crews were down. Kansas City crews were down covering their teams, and one of the reporters for one of the Philadelphia stations was noticing one of the poles in the quarter all like, greased up, and they're like, "Hey, they took a page right out of Philadelphia. They greased their poles." So we didn't take a page out of anywhere.
Other way around.
Exactly.
Correct.
So this is a long time in New Orleans. We've done it for Super Bowls, and I'll say we like we're down
Speaking
there.
of Philadelphia.
So easy when you get down there.
Why do you burn your city down when you win?
Look, that's
That's
not
a-
just Philly.
That's
That's a
every
thing.
city.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Why do you burn
Yeah.
your city
It's
down
the
when you win?
dumbest.
It really is a thing with Philly fans. I saw it at my school at Penn State. They would always riot literally after a big win. And actually, even after Philadelphia won that Super Bowl at Penn State, they were taken to the streets. And it was getting ugly. People were climbing poles. They ripped the light poles down. It's like, hey, we need those light poles.
We kinda need those.
Yeah,
Which the
I've
mayor
seen it.
asked explicitly, do
He did.
not
Don't do that.
climb
Right.
the light poles.
Right.
We are asking you.
Did we do that when we won
It's
the
our kind
Super
of people,
Bowl?
apparently.
No, we
No,
didn't do that
and
in New
people
Orleans.
have died doing that. They've fallen off. They've landed
Yeah.
awkwardly. It's nothing to play with.
No.
It's a lot, and it's not unique just to
Yeah, but did we do that in New Orleans?
Not to some degree. There's always an idiot, right?
Sure.
There's always an idiot to
He's
some
staring
degree.
at me an awfully long time.
I am. But
Judgy.
it's not unique. It's just you kind of hope that the party goes off without a hitch. And there's always going to
And
be
the
an
majority
idiot.
of them do.
Absolutely.
The majority of them do.
Absolutely
You've
true.
just got the rogue runners
Right.
who do things like that
And
make it
flipping
Philly
shut the
fans
party
here
down.
were well behaved.
They're
They
great.
sure
They
were.
celebrated the win.
They're great.
The Kansas City fans were very, generous. And
They've already been there,
understanding.
done that. They were
Yeah.
They were
Yeah,
celebrating
it
as well.
worked, it worked out beautifully.
And
If
the Philly
Philly,
fans-
if Philly lost, they probably would have taken to our streets.
Yeah,
so
right.
the team that we needed to win won.
Yeah,
And I'm
it's
still
interesting.
seeing nothing but high praise from all visitors for the city of New Orleans.
city.
We
Yeah.
love to see
Kudos
that.
to everybody involved, all of our officials and law enforcement,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yes, indeed.
And now we get to do it with Mardi Gras.
Come on.
There's a lot going on. Okay, so Mardi Gras really is beginning to kick into gear now. I got a lot of parades coming up. Got some stuff actually this weekend.
Oh, you're in one. You're a Grand Marshal.
I ain't even worried about that. But
What is
I
it,
mean,
Denim?
Denim Springs?
worried about some of these parades going off without a hitch, and that may not be a reality.
No, it really may not, especially for Saturday. I know
Oh,
you're
yeah,
going to be
there
out
it
there
is.
at Denham Springs,
Yeah.
and the big thing is there could be some lightning too. So
That's a
rain
thing.
is one thing. We could do a parade in the rain. We do it all the time, but when there's lightning, then it becomes a little bit dicey.
Yeah, they pull them off the field in a sporting event for that
Right.
reason, and so
Yeah.
if there's lightning in there. Okay, so as we think about the Saturday and the rest of the week, how are we doing? Fog right now,
Yeah,
huh?
fog now. Wouldn't you know it? The one day the dense fog advisory is lifted from the area, and to be totally honest, we probably need one. This is looking live right now, or at least trying to, over False River, and you can see the visibility has really been cut down. 64 out your door, very cloudy, so even after the fog goes away, we're still going to be on the mostly cloudy side. We've got multiple first alerts for you. One of them is going to be on Wednesday. The other one's going to be over the weekend on Saturday. Meantime, we're south of the warm front. That's going to keep us warm today. Highs are going to be in the lower 80s, and most of these showers are of the non-severe variety, so we're not going to see that much this morning. There's nothing really doing in our live local radar, but the rain chances will slowly but surely increase through the afternoon hours. So you may want to pack the rain gear because you may want it later in the day. Then here comes the roller coaster ride, all up and down with the dew points. That means the temperatures, they're probably going to do the same thing. Let's break down your day today, shall we? Mostly cloudy, warm and humid. By the time we get to 2 in the afternoon, here's Baton Rouge. We're not under the gun yet, but when these showers start to move in, couple storms, again, these are not expected to be severe for today, but it could make for a wet evening commute. That's why you may want to pack the rain gear. Then overnight, we get a lull in the action and a little bit of a break. And then starting Wednesday morning, I don't expect severe weather Wednesday morning, but I'll tell you, we could see a couple of healthy thunderstorms like this right here, but it really looks like the main situation, the main event is going to be late Wednesday afternoon going into Wednesday evening. That's what you see here. So we could see back-to-back days with a wet evening commute. And then after that, it looks like we're going to be improving. So the timing of the front, it looks like the cold front gets in here late Wednesday. That's 7 p.m. Wednesday, and it's not going to waste a lot of time. By the time we get to around midnight and the pre-dawn hours on Thursday, that's it. The front sweeps on through, and that'll put an end to this, the severe weather threat, which we still have a level 2 slight risk in the Baton Rouge area. That's going to be Wednesday afternoon going into Wednesday evening. Right now, the primary risk will be damaging winds, but tornadoes can't be ruled out, and hail and flooding are possible, but they're a little bit less likely. Now, if that weren't enough, we're going to have another severe threat going out to Saturday. So Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening, that is that area that we're talking about with Matt, which could influence any parade situations this weekend. So definitely need to stay up to date with that. Rain amounts will be generally manageable over the next 7 days. Forecast for today, mainly dry in the morning, then an increasing chance of rain late in the day with a high temperature in the low 80s. Then again, mild and muggy overnight tonight. The rain chances actually go down, so 40% all the way down to 0 by the time we get to 11 p.m. It is a full moon for tonight, weather permitting, of course, and there are your 2 first alerts. So the first cold front number 1 is Wednesday, cold front number 2 is on Saturday, and look at the roller coaster ride. Not only the highs, look at the lows next week. We even got a couple of 30s thrown in there. So we're going to be all over the board over the next 10 days. Just keep all wardrobes on deck. It is 7:11. Johnny A. The fog not too bad on that camera shot.
Yeah, this is our Gordon McKernan camera over at College Drive. You can definitely see the little blanket of fog right on top of your hood level, but you will drive in it in some areas as you make your way in and around. This is the 10-110 interchange. All traffic's moving well in both directions there, but we still have a problem on Scenic. At 79th up near Southern and Harding with an overturned vehicle. And this is our second problem of the morning on I-110 southbound near Chippewa. EMS reports that the injuries were minor. In fact, they call it a refusal, meaning that when they offered to transport someone to get checked out of the hospital, the person refused to go and be transported, so they hopefully will be okay. But look at the backup still associated with that wreck. That's on I-110 southbound as you approach the curve right around Chippewa. 7:11, it is WAFB 9 News Now. We do it every morning, again in the afternoon at 3:30. We'll be right back with some headlines you might have missed during 9 News this morning right after this message.
Okay, real quick before you get going, deadline day today. If you're voting in the special election in East Baton Rouge Parish, absentee ballot deadline.
If you live in the Senate District for 14,
Right.
remember we're trying to fill Cleo Field's vacant seat.
Yep.
So this today, 4:30 is the deadline to pick up the absentee ballot. You've got to return it by Friday at 4:30 to the Registrar of Voters office. Keep in mind, Election Day is this Saturday, February 15th.
Do you live in the city of St. George? Would you like to get to know the candidates for your next mayor? There you see them right there. Both of them are going to be at the Ronald Reagan Newsmaker Luncheon. It's happening today, Cafe American. You know where that is, Jefferson Highway. Doors open right around noon, and then they'll step to the microphone.
About an hour and a half before then, we expect to learn some updates here from East Baton Rouge Mayor President Sid Edwards. He's holding a presser about a crime initiative. An announcement is expected today around 10:30 at City Hall. We will have a crew there and, of course, bring you that update from the 9 News app and at 9 News at noon.
Kind of a collab between Crime Stoppers and PD, as you said. So yeah, we'll see. Speaking of we'll see, the fog out there right now didn't look too bad in that shot you were showing, but we are still seeing it.
Yeah, some of the problems we had this morning, I don't think were fog related, but it has gotten a lot, you know.
It really has. This happens a lot. The Weather Service, they go with dense fog advisories, nothing happens, and then the next day they say, okay, we're not going to do it.
Here comes the
then
fog.
Here comes the fog. It happened fast, right? On our drives in, it was okay.
Nothing, yeah.
And yeah, now in some spots, you really want to take a few extra minutes to get to where you're going.
It's tough to have a hard, fast rule to gauge whether they're going to enforce it or not, but when you see it, better safe than sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We'll track it for you. We're still on the air for many more hours with you. We'll walk you through it.
Yeah, we are.
From the sportiness of the Mazda MX-5 to the engaging ride of the Mazda CX-5 to the luxury of the Mazda CX-90. Move and be moved in your new Mazda while saving thousands at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.